Hey everybody, this is Rory McDonald coming to you with the newest episode of Tuesdays with Rory. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about what you need to do as a homeowner to get your home prepared to sell. Now, if you go online, this can actually be kind of overwhelming. If you look up all the different things that you need to do. What do I need to do to get my home sold? Google that. Look it up. It's actually absolutely crazy. And then come back to this video. I've seen lists of 10 all the way up to like 35, 36 items that you need to do to get your home ready to sell. And honestly, for me, being a parent, being a working person, somebody who has my kids involved in sports, they're in school, they've got stuff going on, it can be incredibly overwhelming. And so I've narrowed this down to be as simple as I possibly can make it, focusing on 3 things and giving you an acronym to use when it comes to going through your home and getting it ready. That acronym, I'm actually going to start there, is WWBT. What would a buyer think? What would a buyer think walking through my home? The reason why I settled it or nailed it down to this acronym, WWBT, is because I've noticed people have a tendency to be a lot more critical of other people's homes. In my house, there's toys all over the place. Kids are always playing. If you go into our kitchen, I have a tendency. I'm the culprit of this. I'll be honest, it's me. I walk into the house, my coat gets thrown down, my shoes get kicked off, my backpack gets thrown on the ground, my stuff gets put up on the counter. If I grabbed mail before I came in, the mail goes up on the table, the kitchen table. Like, I'm terrible at this. And I know that there's other people that struggle with this too, but I also am the one that when I walk into homes, I notice that stuff. I don't notice it in my house for some reason. I'm sorry, sweetie, but I notice it in other people's homes. And so one of the things that I know a lot of people are similar to me in that way. And so this acronym is meant to help you in that way. WWBT. What would a buyer think walking through my home? Now, that starts at the very front of your home, which is where we're going to start. Curb appeal. That's the first thing. When somebody pulls up to your house, what do you want them to see? Do you want them to see a house that is pretty decently taken care of, has a lot of the original items? There's nothing wrong with that, but are those items well cared for? Are they taken care of? For example, are the shrubs cut? Is the grass cut? Is there grass missing in your yard? Are there light bulbs that when you turn the lights on at night, are there light bulbs that are completely missing? Those are things that people take into consideration. They look at right when they pull up to a home. They'll do that oftentimes before they even walk into the home. They'll drive by it just to see what it looks like. The second thing is on the inside, touch-ups. This is not in the kitchen specifically or in the living room. This is just throughout the entire home, touch-ups. That is, are there marks within the walls? Are there scratches where a chair regularly bumps into things, or doorways that you have dogs or kids running through on a consistent basis that just need to be touched up with paint, that need to be repainted and redone just so that they are fresh, they look good, they look new, and they're ready for you to be ready. Last piece is keeping it tidy. Now, this is pretty broad. Tidy in my eyes is getting the things done that need to be done on a regular basis. For example, blankets are put away. Beds are made. The kitchen countertops, this is a big one. Kitchen countertops are completely cleaned off so that the cook that's looking at your house, the baker that's looking at your house, the mom that's looking at your house who does all the cooking in the home is able to see the countertops, look at the size of them, and know I can fit a baking sheet there. I can put all my pots and pans on the counter in order to cook. I can do Thanksgiving dinner, and I know that this is going to fit in this specific spot for when people come by. Those are things that people think about when they're walking through homes. And also in addition to this is your maintenance items. So your furnace, have it looked at before they come through. Have your hot water tank looked at before they come through. Have your air conditioner looked at before they come through. If you're on a well, get the well looked at. Get the softener looked at. Or your RO system, whatever that might mean, get it looked at. Get it checked. The reason for that is because you'd be surprised. I'm sure some of you probably right now, this might be a good reminder for you. You need to change your air filter on your furnace. It's a normal thing. People forget. I forget all the time too. The problem is, and this is an unfair assumption in my eyes, people will often look at homes and see, they didn't change the air filter. I wonder, they didn't change the air filter. I wonder what else in this house they didn't do. It's an unfair assumption, but this is just a reminder for you to go back and look at those items. So what would a buyer think? Focus on the outside, your curb appeal on the outside of the home. do any touch-ups within the house that need to be done. And lastly, keep the home tidy and ready for anybody who's walking through to be able to see it for all that it is within your home. If you got any other questions, you can definitely reach out to me. My phone number is 586-306-8800, and you can also message me through the system that you're watching this on. So be happy to provide a little bit more information to you if you need that. But you guys have a very blessed day, blessed week, and I'll catch you next time here on Tuesdays with Rory. You guys have a good one. See ya.